Short World of Work program, and through various initiatives, is to see how best we can transition them as quickly as possible from post-secondary school or from tertiary, graduating from university, to get them and transition them into careers. And not just a work, but we want to get them into careers, we want to get them into business, and we want to leverage their skills and training into becoming entrepreneurs and businessmen and women. And once the Assembly continues to create the enabling environment over the next short to medium term, Tobago is poised to go to another level.
And if I may ask, with all the constraints and so on, if budget was no issue in Tobago at this time, I want you to give me 3 things that you would do for Tobago as a need of urgency. 3 things.
Well, 1, human capital development. Investing in our young people, giving them the necessary scholarships to train and expand. There are a number of young persons who are out of school and desirous of going to university. And we have continued to invest in them, providing $50 million on an annual basis through our program. And we have moved the number of persons with tertiary education from 5% to 23% to date of the population. We need to double that. I need ideally for that figure to go to 40%. And in that instance, we will see the dynamism of a trained, workforce and society with these young people now leveraging their skills and getting into business. The second area of focus is infrastructure development and dealing with some of, those outstanding issues. And infrastructure really provides an enhancements and provides opportunities and also assists in productivity. For example, we have, as part of our Northeast Development Plan, we have some landlocked areas in Windward, Tobago, and we need to open them up, 1, to provide ready access for farmers to get to their farmlands, and that will be done as part of our farmland program. And additionally, we want to increase the island's hotel stock. And that investment, both in the main arteries and the main highways and streets, but as well as opening up new areas, would increase economic activity within Tobago. Another area of focus will be agriculture and exploiting our investments along the value chain, and moving our farmers away from being just primary producers, but to get them into agro-processing, get them into moving away from just selling live animals, but for us to facilitate export, innovation and research in agriculture that will facilitate the development of new products within the agriculture sector.
All right, so if I was to score you this morning, you have passed your mark. Go to the head of the class, Joel. Excellent this morning. You have passed your mark today. And you know what is interesting? Every question I threw at you, it just hit me. 6. I only get in 6. But let's talk a little bit about your area before we take some calls. And I just wanted to hope that we being heard in Tobago. Somebody called me a while ago and I hope that's not so. What would be, or what's your greatest enjoyment at this time representing your electoral district?
When I started, I made a commitment to provide effective representation. And I keep meeting persons and they say, Mr. Jack, you have served well. You work hard. You take care of your people. And we are proud of you. You don't have to worry in this election. And and they will cite instances where I have served, where I have delivered. I make the statement, a promise made, a commitment delivered. And I could cite numerous instances of that. And when they share with me, these statements, it really gives me the fuel and the drive to continue, because there are times you meet persons and they always want to make the statement, you haven't done anything for me, and I'm saying, no, but that is not true. And I have put a system within my electoral district that each person coming into my office, whatever is the issue, whatever is the need, we track the issues. There's a file, just like you go into a doctor's office, there is a file. We take all the information and I provide recommendations as with respect to how we can solve this issue. And sometimes, Sharon, is not just within my electoral district, but from all across Tobago, persons from Roxborough, from Castara, from Speyside, they come seeking help and assistance, and we have done so. Additionally, in terms of some of the major infrastructure projects, we have a number of signature projects, starting off when we widen the Windward Maiden Road in John Dial. I constructed a playing field in my home district. But this project was in Friendsfield, and every rainy season, Sharon, you're lying down on your bed, and when rain fall, you're nervous because Friendsfield will flood easily. And I made a commitment that we will solve that problem. And Sharon, we started the construction of gabion baskets along the riverbank, and we into phase 4 now. And when the rain is falling now, Sharon, I just turn and hug up Mrs. Jack, because I would normally have to call. There's one resident in particular, Mr. Agard. I would call him and say, how are we looking? The river, we have debris, it's flooding. I don't have to call. I call him on 1 or 2 occasions. Mr. Agard say, Mr. Jack, you don't have to worry, man. Everything looking good. And Sharon, a promise made, a commitment delivered. And that is how I've been working within the electoral district of formerly Bacalet Mount St. George and now Bacalet Bagatelle.
All right, Joel, tell her you passed the test this morning. So if I was in your electoral district, I ain't waiting till the 6. I run in and stand up and wait for the office to open so I can run in and dip and get back out. You're up to taking some calls this morning?
Most definitely.
All right. So Tobagonians, you can call us on 307-0930. That's my numbers here. 475-7426. And Bruce, your numbers in Trinidad? In Maraval Road, like I feel like in Tobago.
342-0081 and 466-5391.
And of course, you're listening to Mr. Joel Jack, Deputy Chief Secretary with responsibility for finance and the economy and candidate for the Bacatel seat. All right, okay. Caller, good morning.
Sharon.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Tobago.
Welcome.
Most of the interview was cut off from the radio. Only people who was on the internet and things heard it. Most of it, the most important parts of the interview, Tobago did not hear. If you are on the radio, it did not hear. It's only just now it came back there.
Okay.
So they cut us off from all the money part and everything.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so kindly. Guys, call me up.
I have one here, Sharon.
Take it.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Bruce.
Morning.
Morning, Sharon. Morning, Mr. Joel. Congratulations to
Good
you,
morning,
Mr.
my
Joel,
lady.
and the other 14 PNM candidates in the upcoming election. Success to you all. But Mr. Jack, I want to ask you a question. I don't know if you're able to answer. Now, there is the opposition, I should say, give all his reasons why he wants to be in charge of Tobago, that it ended up to be a one-man party, one-man show. This means if he ever to, God forbid, that he's in charge, how does the Hotel Association people in Tobago feel about it? They ever complain or say anything to you, say they don't want that style of leadership for one man to own the island of Tobago? Foreigners may not want to come into this country because they don't understand what's going on. They ever have any concern around that area to say, well, okay, they don't want that person or it shouldn't be so? Or they will just continue saying this government isn't doing enough for them? I don't know if you understand my question, but as a one man owning the country, how would they feel if tourists will come into the country anymore to support their organization? Okay then, thanks.
And Sharon, let me encapsulate that question in the context of business confidence and investor confidence. And that is something that is important in terms of you have what you would want over the next 4 to 5 years is stable government and a stable administration that will attract investment to the island. And Sharon, that is what we have currently under the People's National Movement. That is what we would want to see over the next 4 years. It is important because we have persons coming in over the next 2 years or so with the construction of the Marriott Hotel. Those investors would want an assembly with serious leadership focus, given the importance that we have placed on tourism and the importance of tourism as a main earner of foreign exchange and employment to Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to applaud the caller for that point, because that is a serious question that persons have to answer. How could you put someone in a leadership role who would have walked into one bank, put $4 million in a bag, walk out? Someone who has stated publicly that he will deal with certain parts of the population, those persons who may not share his view or support his organization, someone who has exhibited, recklessness and cavalier tendencies. And this sort of stability and leadership quality that we need now is in the People's National Movement, with a team led by our political leader, Mrs. Tracy Davidson Celestine, and 15 standard bearers who will continue to lead with dignity and to represent the people of Tobago and by extension Trinidad and Tobago. And I just want to repeat a point that I've made. As you campaign, so would you govern. And someone who is a leader to denigrate women and indicate that they're willing to reduce employment in Tobago, cut jobs without any consideration, without any understanding or appreciation with respect to the employment issues and challenges on the island. That sort of carefree, cavalier style of leadership is not what is required at this time in a pandemic, in a challenging. It's not needed at all, not even during this time. It's not needed at all. And I want to applaud the caller for her question.
Thank you very much. I have a caller, Massachusetts, on the WhatsApp call. And Mount St. George, hold your call until Massachusetts is finished, because you're calling on the same line. And just to let Tobagonians know that some part of the interview got cut off, the internet dropped. So I have spoken to management, and we're going to play back the entire interview after the ads in the 8 o'clock hour. I've given up my time for that to happen so that you hear, and we'll play it back. Massachusetts, go ahead. Mount St. George, call me on the 307 number, please, 0930. Go ahead, Massachusetts.
Blessed Titans, Mr. Jack, and thanks for taking my call, Ms. Felix, Mr. Brucey.
Hi, good morning.
Mr. Jack. Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
You mentioned about the youth. To my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, the 2021-22 budget proposed by Finance Minister Mbert includes proposes for a $1 billion with a B, $1 billion increase in revenue coming to Tobago. Seeing that a lot of businesses, small businesses that are submitting proposals for loans or funding to operate and aren't getting those monies because they lack a business plan, which includes all the financial aspects that go along with that. And since some up to 50% of heads have unfulfilled positions, how would you go about taking proceeds from that additional $1 billion to basically help train small business owners of how to prepare their business proposals and what roles will the youth play in that as far as getting them involved with positions that are available and unfulfilled in the government? Thank you. I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you very much.
Right, so the caller asked a number of questions, Sharon. With respect to the $2 billion, the Tobago has allocated $2 billion in terms of additional funding coming to Tobago from the Ministry of Finance. That was just under $1 billion to be spent by various ministries to execute various projects on the island. So I just want to place that on record. The second thing with respect to businesses being unable to access some of the grants and support, one, during the pandemic, and secondly, prior to the pandemic is well known. One, during the pandemic, the request of the Tobago House of Assembly, the government provisioned $50 million for the tourism support facility. We had to revise some of the requirements because some of the requirements such as up-to-date PAYE, up-to-date submissions of Green Fund levy, and of course, as the caller indicated, financial statements. They were not in possession of these documents to qualify. And this is not now, Sharon. When I came into the office as Secretary of Finance in 2013, we were confronting some challenges, and we had to provide the necessary support to the chamber so that businesses could have updated their financial statements. I took a note to the Executive Council, and we gave the Tourism Association just under $500,000 to engage a consultant to assist them to get their financial statements and their books in order so that they could qualify for the government's loan guarantee program to give additional support to the private sector. We were still grappling with the fallout of the 2008-2009 financial crisis, and the mechanisms put in place by the government were, they were unable to access. So with respect to existing businesses, we provided the support, we relaxed the requirement. With respect to young people and business, when we restructured the Enterprise Development Unit in the Division of Finance, and the main executing arm is the Business Development Unit, we established the Enterprise Assistance Grant Program to provide the financial support primarily to young people. And this was in response to a question asked by a young person at the youth forum that we normally hold annually. And the young persons were saying, listen, we are trained, we went to university, we came out of secondary school, and we want to get into business early. But your loan, the floor at the time was, I think, $25 million or so. And they say, but we don't have security. We can't meet the needs, but we want to get into business. And as an administration, we took a decision to establish the Enterprise Assistance Grant Program and to provide seed capital of $25,000 to entrepreneurs. We also set up a mechanism where we employed additional loan officers and support officers to hold the hands of these entrepreneurs to guide them. Additionally, at the Vico Industrial and Business Park, we have set up an incubator program targeting startups, focusing on young persons between 18 to 35 to assist them in starting up their small business. So in a nutshell, Sharon, I hope I answered the caller's questions because he had a number of questions put together, and I trust I was able to separate them and to answer them completely.
You did, and I only allowed it because I know you're capable of answering, but I just want to ask persons on the next occasions, keep the questions limited because we have limited time. At this time, we have to go to and this is the end of the interview because we have to go to the break. And when we come back in the 8 o'clock hour, I have to play over what persons didn't hear. I do not want anybody to call to say that they didn't hear what you said in terms of the finance part that we spoke about. So we'll try to play back as much as possible so that Tobagonians can hear. So Joel, I'm sorry I can't take any more calls. I want to say I enjoyed this interview. I could have sit here for another hour or two because we were going extremely well. So Joel, I want to give you the opportunity to give your closing remarks. And of course, I know you might come back on again before Sunday. Who knows?
Well, I'm always available to be on, Sharon. Thank you for the opportunity and thank you for having me. I want to talk to all Tobagonians, all Trinbagonians, and to those persons who might be in Trinidad and you're hearing, and just as persons are saying, we can't let these people get their hands on the assembly because the island's development will be stymied and Tobago's development will be constrained for the next 15, 20 years. We have a track record of delivery and transformation. We have transformed Tobago from 2001 to now. All the socioeconomic indicators point to that. When you look at our social infrastructure, our health facilities, our school facilities, our sporting facilities, our investment in human capital development, our track record as it relates to job creation and providing the enabling environment for all of Tobagonians and all citizens resident in Tobago to succeed. With that track record, one term deserves another. And Sharon said it earlier, if you have done well on your exam and you have passed your test, that ensures that you graduate and you go to the next level. We have done well. However, we are in a challenging environment. The COVID-19 pandemic has upended all our lives and impacted us in many different ways. For me, I have lost some loved ones. For some persons, you may have lost loved ones. You may have lost your income. One thing, though, has been consistent through this challenge. You are confident in the support and all the initiatives and mechanisms put in place by the administration to cushion the impact of the pandemic. We are in this together with you. And brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we can do more together and allow us to do more together and allow us to take Tobago to the next level. Come December the 6th, those persons in Bagatelle, Bacalet, come out and vote for your boy, your representative who would have served you and provided effective representation with distinction over the past 8 years. And come out and encourage your family members to vote overwhelmingly for the People's National Movement. God bless you all, and thank you for allowing me on the program this morning, Sharon. And
You're
thank
welcome.
you for this interview. And I'm a phone call away. Please don't hesitate to call.
I know that. Thank you very much. Thank you so kindly. Trinidad and Tobago, this is where we go to our ads. We'll be back, and when we come back, hopefully we can play back part of the interview for you from the beginning to where it would have stopped. So we go to the break. Don't shift your dial. Thank you very much, Joel. Joel Jack, Deputy Secretary with the responsibility for finance and the economy and candidate for Bachelet in the THE election on December 6th, a week away. Thank you so kindly. We go to a break. You're welcome.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the deep. I don't have much to bring.
Welcome the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylist Furniture Limited. 2 locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando, and 101 Crackness Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call today, 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylist Furniture Limited. Stylist Furniture Limited. For this time in you.
Something extraordinarily exciting is happening all over the country. The Multiplier X Effect.
NLCB Scratch players have been extremely ecstatic as they can maximize their winnings up to 17.5 million in cash with the new Multiplier Trio of Games.
Okay. For just $10, $20, and $50, play the trio of 10X, 20X, and 50X games for a chance to win your way to 17.5 million in cash and up to 45 chances to win.
The new Multiplier Trio. Play all 3 and multiply the excitement today.
Players must be 18 years and older. Please play responsibly.
The Street 919 FM is bringing the Christmas spirit right into your homes, vehicles, and on your mobile phones like never before. Hey, Christmas time with the best Soca Parang mix. Yes, join this exciting segment, Parang Soca Fever, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 9:45 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 6:45 p.m. until Christmas.
This is Christmas, so have a Merry Christmas.
Right here on your favorite Christmas station, The Street 919 FM.
This is Christmas, a sweet Jamaican Christmas.
Sponsored by Shandy and Royal Cast. Our culture, our taste.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on The Street 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on The Street 919 FM.
What is Apex? It is the pinnacle of high-performance vision through a lens. It's clarity, no matter what angle you look at. It's comfort, no matter what you do all day, every day. And it's customized with every digital measurement your eyes require to see at their very best. Apex Digital Lenses by Value Optical, the ultimate lens design for your eyes. Value Optical, expert care for your eyes.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 919 FM.
It's Extra Foods Plenty for 20 season to remember with savings. Swiss macaroni 5 for $20. Best dried pigeon peas 4 for $20. Carrots per pack 5 for $20. Blue Band margarine 3 for $20. American Classic Cola 2 liter 3 for $20. Sunshine Nutty Flakes 12 for $20. Holiday Tortillas 7 for $20. And Fruit Juices apple or orange 9 for $20. Yes, it's the season for Plenty for 20 specials, and sale runs November 26th to December 6th. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I can buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arabita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools.
All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Ronnie, do you have $488 to lend, man?
We got this. I cannot wait for election morning. Tell them why. Tell them why. I depend down to me elbow, darling. Yeah, so right now let me fix up. Come on, now let me link up. We not friend, let me build up. Tobago as one. From the country that know. The people that know. It's the way that we love. Provide representation. Like, hey, we got this. We got this. We got this. DNA. We got this. We got this. We got this. Yeah.
December 6th, take no chance. Protect your future. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
After all the talk during the week, don't switch off on the weekend and keep it on the street. It's classic soca and classic kaiso when you're lining with the live wire on Saturdays from 5 to 7 p.m. only on the street 919 FM.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Find an accountability partner. An accountability partner is exactly what it sounds like. Your accountability partner is there to keep you on track when it comes to your finances. They are there to keep you motivated and to help you stay the course, especially through challenging times. For most people, an accountability partner is a spouse. However, an accountability partner can be any individual you trust and value their input and guidance. Having an accountability partner can be the extra motivation you need to reach your financial goals. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of November 28th, 2021 stands at new positive cases 456, total active cases 10,477, total recovered patients 57,573, total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 70,136. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
This Christmas I want mucho dinero. Mucho dinero. Let me go. Dance around the table. Dance up. Get up if you're able. Get up. Dance around the table. Dance up. Let me go. Let me go.
So welcome back. Just a bit of information for you. Tobagonians, the merriest time of the year, Christmas at Lowlands Mall, Tobago's #1 shopping and entertainment destination. This Saturday, December 4th, come and enjoy pianist Gerard Balfour, vocalist Shanika and Yolanda, music by DJ Journey, and Sweet Parang from El Corazon de Parang, and it all starts from 3 p.m. Also, big Christmas savings from most stores and sumptuous choices from the food court. Christmas is yours at Lowlands Mall. We continue to worship on IWER stage with the National Congress of Incorporated Spiritual Baptist Organization of Trinidad and Tobago Liberation 2021, who continues to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the repeal of the Shouters Prohibition Ordinance of 1951. On Thursday, the 2nd December 2021 at 6:30 p.m., our guests are the St. Tobias Spiritual Baptist Church of the Spiritual Metaphysics under the leadership of Bishop Earl Peer, courtesy His Eminence Patriot Dr. Stephen F. Julian. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook at the Street 909 FM's Facebook page, also on YouTube at IWER TV. Tune in to be a part of the live worship. This Christmas, load up your sleigh with a home entertainment system from DirecTV. Simply purchase a prepaid kit, then activate and top up for 30 days for your chance to win. Enter now and start dashing through the shows with DirecTV Prepaid. Promotion ends December 17th. Do you know your legal rights? Do you have burning legal questions you always wanted the answers for? Then let's talk legal.
Join us right here on the Street 909 FM as we discuss legal information and administration at its finest every Monday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. and Thursdays from 10:05 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. as we discuss matters pertaining to you. Let's Talk Legal is brought to you by the L. Daniel and Associates Legal Administrative Firm. Let's Talk Legal, democratizing law, right here on the Street 909 FM every Monday from 11:15 a.m. and Thursday from 10:05 a.m. The L. Daniel and Associates are located on Taylor Street, Woodbrook. Our opening hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Huddle Room is now open in collaboration with Maracas Bacon Shark. That's right. Seaside flavor is in Central. Bacon Shark, aloo pies, kingfish, shrimp, and a daily menu of lunchtime favorites like stew chicken, macaroni pie, curry chicken, pilau, and so much more. Follow the Huddle Room and taste Maracas on social media. Bacon Shark is served from 10 a.m. and lunches from 11 a.m. See you and your taste buds at the Huddle Room and Maracas Bacon Shark, the best of both worlds. Also call 488-BAKE or 75-SHARK in the Port of Spain area. Welcome the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited. Our two locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando, and 101 Crackness Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. We are now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call today at 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylus Furniture Limited. Stylus Furniture Limited, for the style in you. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will now be open full-time to provide expert eye care services to you. All of our regular services are now available. For your safety, we continue to practice established health and safety protocols, and we recommend that you make an appointment for all testing services. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. For all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies, gravel and sand now available. Don't forget PowerMaster, Optima Vata and Megastar batteries starting from $488. And it's all at Johnny Q, number 15 Arpita Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new Johnny Q Superstore in Lowlands Mall, Tobago off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 632s. So as promised by the lovely Miss Sharon Felix, we are going to play back, which will be part of the interview from this morning. Okay, guys, so Sharon.
You're going to start it now? Yes, I'm here.
You want me to start it now?
How long is it?
Actually, he because of how he had to pull it, I think he pulled the entire interview.
Right.
Right, so let me see.
But if we have to play back the entire interview, we'll go over 9 o'clock because it was a full hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you would play and go start from the beginning, and somewhere where the lady called and said that they weren't hearing.
That would be around what time though?
That would have been laid down in the But go ahead. So right, people, we just want to apologize. We're governed by the internet between Trinidad and Tobago, and sometimes, from time to time, the internet drops. All right? So, because of the interview this morning, we want to play back.
The Street 919.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the volume. Shit. Lord Father. Right. Where am I? Okay, good. Right, Sharon. I think I could get it.
Okay, so you could go ahead, Bruce.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And I hope Tobago's still locked on and listening.
Where we get from, boy? Where is this here? Yeah. Okay. Let me try from here and see.
The question has to be asked: are we willing to take that chance and to gamble with our future? And the answer, therefore, is no. And the question for Trinidad and Tobago that we need to ask as we move forward with a plan for Vision 2030, and as the Assembly seeks to execute the medium-term planning framework, which is structured and dovetails seamlessly into Vision 2030, and given our plans and programs for Tobago to make a greater contribution to national economic activity through our National Economic Diversification Trust using tourism, which has the potential to earn significant sums of foreign exchange. Are we willing to risk and to jeopardize that with a party without any manifesto, without any cogent plans and ideas, without any vision for the island's development? But what they're doing is putting together a patchwork of ideas and say, listen, when we get in there, we will, whatever you say you want, we will do. And that is unrealistic. It's not practical. It is not pragmatic. And, you know, this election really poses a serious threat to not only Tobago's development, but national economic development as well.
And with that, let me ask you this. What would you say are the biggest financial challenges facing Tobago over the next 4 years? What solutions are the administration proposing to address these challenges, if there are any?
What we have faced perennially is a shortfall in funding, primarily to execute development program activities. I'll give you an example, Sharon. In this year's budget, in my budget request to the Minister of Finance, I asked for $1.5 billion. I got $264 million. I asked for 1.5, I got $264 million. And so the shortfall there is acute, over, around 80% or so. And that has been the challenge with the Assembly obtaining funding to execute our public sector investment program or development program agenda. Now, the Minister of Finance, since coming into office, he has given us above the bare minimum 4.03% allocation of the national budget. But the bulk of that money goes towards recurrent expenditure. And let me tell you how important the relationship with respect to having a Minister of Finance who's PNM in Trinidad and a counterpart that you could sit across the table and talk to and have a conversation. The minister readily agreed for us to have additional funding to fund our public sector investment program by one, going to the market and borrowing. And in the first instance, we got approval from the Minister of Finance to raise $300 million. Our strategy also, as we call it, the alternative financing mechanism strategy, also include public-private partnership modality, where we will engage the private sector to partner with us to execute a number of development program projects so we can advance the island's development. And the third aspect of this strategy is working together with our multilateral partners and other international agencies to obtain grant funding and technical assistance. And in that respect, it was last week that the president of the Caribbean Development Bank came to Tobago, and I chaired the meetings. We had discussions with respect to financing Tobago's development, treating with some major issues, funding for education, and one major project that was outlined was the financing of the Scarborough Secondary School. Also, they were interested in coastal infrastructure, coastal erosion, climate change adaptation, and additionally, they were also interested in providing funding for the private sector. So to treat with this funding issue, we have put these measures in place. But Sharon, what was the most important measure to ensure that Tobago received additional funding. That was the internal bill, the bill to give Tobago a greater devolution of powers and greater funding. And this bill did not receive support from the PDP and the UNC alliance. And I want Tobagonians to remember that, because if that bill was passed, I would have received an additional $1.4 billion in funding. And what that means for Tobagonians and those young Tobagonians who are out of school, who are out of university and are looking for jobs, those funds would have allowed us to employ additional persons in areas where we need the technical assistance and the competence to head certain new units that we have approved before. Secondly, it would have allowed us to execute a number of public sector investment projects. And you know the stimulus that construction provides in any economy. So when persons are saying that they go in by a pothole and take out a picture, or they go in by an area and saying that this wasn't done, I told the residents across Tobago to tell them if you had supported the bill for the assembly to have additional resources, those things would have been done a long time ago. So the constraint that we have is funding for development program, and we have a plan to treat with it, and we are executing the plan. But in addition to getting an increased minimum from 4.03 to 6.8% of the national budget, which would have carried us up to $3.6 million or so, we have other revenue sharing arrangements that would have provided additional funding to Tobago. So the threat we're facing additionally, Lady Sharon, with those persons in black, in their Taliban-looking colors, the threat we are facing as well is additional funding to advance Tobago's development. And we have to be concerned. Here was an opportunity to advance Tobago rapidly, and they're claiming they had issues with the bill. The deputy political leader of the other side submitted 6 questions, six issues, and Lady Sharon, 4 out of the 6 were already amended. Apparently they didn't take time to read the updated draft. And the other 2, one of the other 2 points was he wanted to be chief secretary using another model that was not consistent to a democratic process. So it's about their self-interest, not about Tobago, or they were not thinking about this nation. And as they have stated before, they want secession and independence from the union. But Lady Sharon, we have those constraints, and we have put a plan in place towards addressing them.
But do you think that they don't understand or didn't understand what the bill contains and what it is about? Or according to something you said a while ago? Or you don't have to answer. I am just saying, it looks to me as though like greed stepped into the way.
Well, greed, and probably they were under instructions from their UNC partners, because we have seen all the remarks coming from them with respect to the island's development. When the Minister of Finance took that bill, because we had to amend the bill in Parliament, the Tobago House of Assembly Act Section 51, in order for the Tobago House of Assembly to approach the market to raise that $300 million bond. Members on the opposite side, they were saying, why Tobago needs all that money? That is too much for Tobago. And I have just indicated to you that we have a shortfall on our development program allocation of upwards of 80%, and that is their posture. And the money developing Tobago, Sharon, sometimes persons feel that it's primarily for Tobago and Tobagonians. On the contrary, look at the installation of those 2 new fast ferry vessels. Again, another collaborative effort between the the Tobago House of Assembly and the central government, because that was never put in place during the 2010 to 2015 period. I want persons to remember, during that period, we had the largest budget in the history of this nation, $64 billion, and they did nothing to repair those vehicles. They did nothing to replace those 2 fast ferries. However, when the PNM came into office in 2015, in the face of having to replenish the treasury after the theftocracy and the kleptocracy of that 2010 to 2015 period, they had to find money and ways to acquire not only 2, but 3 new fast ferries for Tobago. And I was making the point, inter-island trade and business activity is facilitated by the ferry. But think about how many persons are coming to Tobago from Trinidad to transact business and to look for business opportunities. Look at the impact if we had, I know pre the pandemic, for the tourism sector, a number of those businesses and manufacturers, and they're cementing their linkages with the tourism sector, and they transact business in Tobago. That is why I have said quite consistently that an investment in Tobago is an investment in national economic diversification and development. So, as their partners in Trinidad continue to posture and say that is too much for Tobago, so Tobagoans, they have to ask themselves, why they didn't support the Tobago Internal Self-Government Bill? Why didn't they support Sanders? If you so love this island, your analysis must be objective and impartial. And we have seen over the past months and over the years that with a leader as Mr. Duke, that those leadership traits and qualities really are not reposed in him at all.
Your political leader, Tracy Davidson Celestine, has announced that external funding for the Scarborough Waterfront Development Project have already been secured. If the PNM doesn't return to the THA with a majority, what happens with those funds?
And that's a good question, because when they come into, you see, they came with a waterfront plan, a waterfront project. And Sharon, what they were telling people, they're going and do this project. They have this project to do. And then one businessman asked his friend, but wait, but it's not your plot of land in the midst of this project that they're going to do? And the man said yes. So his friend asked him, did you give them permission? He said no. So they have devised a plan that is quite different, that doesn't have the support of the private sector, because the issue in Scarborough, Sharon, as they're claiming that Scarborough, needs development, and we agree, but the lands in Scarborough are owned privately; they're not government owned. So unless you acquire those lands, and unless you have the support of the landowners in Scarborough, then you're unable to execute the project. So my point is, their project has not been conceptualized, has not been scoped, has not been costed. There's no provision of funding for that project. However, the project on the starting from the Scarborough Esplanade right down to the Coast Guard base, that we already have project designs. The funding is already provided through the Inter-American Development Bank. We are working closely with the Ministry of Housing, and that project is in train and on the way to be executed. Similarly, as it relates to coastal infrastructure and dealing with climate change issues, sea level rise, we have funding from CAF and of 108 million TT dollars, and this loan arrangement was approved by the Ministry of Finance and is guaranteed by the Ministry of Finance for Tobago's development. So outside of the bond, which we have to service, which was approved by the Minister of Finance, you have two programs under the alternative financing mechanism where we work with our multinational partners to get funding through CAF and this loan to undertake and execute the Scarborough Beautification Project. So our project is in train, well on its way, and well on its way to execution. And we had our stakeholder engagement meetings, we have seen the designs, we have approved the designs. The next phase in terms of the Scarborough beautification will be the construction of parking space and also the construction of a new facility on the lands owned by the NIB and also the construction of a new commercial bank for citizens.
Thank you very much for your answers, because that was a burning issue for me to get an answer for that question. But I even want to go a little further to ask you, what's your great long-term vision for Tobago?
In terms of Tobago, when we look over the next short to medium term, we see an island where we have increased the number of persons with tertiary education, where we continue investment in human capital development. A Tobago where we are seeing the private sector becoming the engine of economic activity, and the Assembly continuing to provide the enabling investment for the private sector to expand. You may recall through our two flagship programs, and in addition to our investment in the Dominic Equity Fund Limited, we have provided over $75 million to expand and assist with the expansion of the private sector on the island. And we are looking to see our robust investments pay dividends over time. Additionally, we would see the Cove Eco Industrial and Business Park being the focal point of a lot of business activity, starting with ICT. We will have a fully operational Tier 3 data center, and that would assist in the rollout of and the advancement, and there's a key cornerstone project in our Tobago Intelligent Island mandate. We are transforming Tobago through our Intelligent Island project using ICT as a catalyst for socioeconomic development. That will be coupled with an increase in training and certification of our young persons through the Tobago Information Technology Limited for them to be certified. And additionally, that will be coupled with direct funding and assistance through our Enterprise Assistance Grant and Loans Program for them to start developing apps and forming companies and engaging in research and development. Additionally, we have placed the tourism sector at the focal point of the island's development, and we're using tourism and with respect to tourism, we'll be attracting, and I see over the next 4 to 5 years, our hotel stock expanding, starting with the new hotel, the new Marriott luxury hotel that will be completed in 2025, and additional hotels who and Sharon, who started looking at Tobago seriously, because they were always interested in Tobago when we announced that Sandals was coming. So I anticipate that over the next few years, we will see an expansion in the island's hotel stock. And with that drive, we will see an increase, with that expansion, we'll see an increase in international and regional arrivals to the destination. And with that increased demand on the island, we will cement the necessary linkages with the agriculture sector, agro-processors, our cultural industries, and with that, you would have increased economic activity will be facilitating economic expansion as well. And this will be ably supported by new tourism projects such as the marina, and we'll also be enhancing creating new tourism sites and attractions. And what this means in the short to medium term is that we will see the island's GDP increase over time. Currently, it's around approximately 1.8 or so billion dollars. And with this increased output, we will see economic growth being facilitated in the short to medium term. And in that context, given the fact that, as the IMF recently predicted in their Article 4 consultation, the Tobago's economy is projected to grow by 1.2% and 2.3% for 2021, 2022, and 2023. This positive economic growth will continue, barring any unforeseen economic shocks. What we are also attempting to do as part of our economic diversification thrust is to instill resilience within the economy to withstand any economic shock. So if there's a disruption in tourism, we have other sectors that would be able to assist in cushioning the impact of any fallout in one sector. That is why our economic diversification policy, both in Tobago and nationally, is so important as well. We have oil and gas in Tobago, and tourism is important to Tobago. However, we are looking to increase the output in other sectors, such as agriculture, ICT, financial services, and other sectors. So we're seeking to grow the economy over time. We're also seeking to provide additional opportunities for young people, to have them engage, not just to get, quote unquote, a work, but what we need to do, what we have done, and what we have been doing through our Youth Energized for Success programs, through our Division of Sport World of Work program, and through various initiatives, is to see how best we can transition them as quickly as possible from post-secondary school or from tertiary, graduating from university, to get them and transition them into careers. And not just a work, but we want to get them into careers, we want to get them into business, and we want to leverage their skills and training into becoming entrepreneurs and businessmen and women. And once the Assembly continues to create the enabling environment over the next short and medium term, Tobago is poised to go to another level.
And if I may ask, with all the constraints and so on, if budget was no issue in Tobago at this time, I want you to give me 3 things that you would do for Tobago as a need of urgency. 3 things.
Well, 1, human capital development. Investing in our young people, giving them the necessary scholarships to train and expand. The number of young persons who are out of school and desirous of going to university. And we have continued to invest in them, providing $15 million on an annual basis through our program. And we have moved the number of persons with tertiary education from 5% to 23% to date of the population. We need to double that. I need ideally for that figure to go to 40%. And in that instance, we will see the dynamism of a trained, workforce and society with these young people now leveraging their skills and getting into business. The second area of focus is infrastructure development and dealing with some of, those outstanding issues. And infrastructure really provides an enhancements and provides opportunities and also assists in productivity For example, we have, as part of our Northeast Development Plan, we have some landlocked areas in Windward, Tobago, and we need to open them up, one, to provide ready access for farmers to get to their farmlands, and that will be done as part of our farmland program. And additionally, we want to increase the island's hotel stock, and that investment, both in the main arteries and the main highways and streets, but as well as opening up new areas would increase economic activity within Tobago. Another area of focus will be agriculture and exploiting our investments along the value chain and moving our farmers away from being just primary producers, but to get them into agro-processing, get them into moving away from just selling live animals, but for us to facilitate export, innovation and research in agriculture that will facilitate the development of new products within the agriculture sector.
All right, so if I was to score you this morning, you have passed your mark. Go to the head of the class, Joel. Excellent this morning. You have passed your mark today. And you know what is interesting? Every question I threw at you, it just hit me. 6. I only get in 6. But let's talk a little bit about your area before we take some calls. And I just wanted to hope that we being heard in Tobago. Somebody called me a while ago and I hope that's not so. What would be, or what's your greatest enjoyment at this time representing your electoral district?
When I started, I made a commitment to provide effective representation. And I keep meeting persons and they'll say, Mr. Jack, you have served well. You work hard. You take care of your people. And we are proud of you. You don't have to worry in this election. And they will cite instances where I have served, where I have delivered. I make this statement, a promise made, a commitment delivered. And I could cite numerous instances of that. And when they share with me, these statements, it really gives me the fuel and the drive to continue, because there are times you meet persons and they always want to make this statement, you haven't done anything for me. And I'm saying, no, but that is not true. And I have put a system within my electoral district that each person coming into my office, whatever is the issue, whatever is the need, we track the issues. There's a file, just like you go into a doctor's office, there is a file. We take all the information and I provide recommendations as with respect to how we can solve this issue. And sometimes, Sharon, is not just within my electoral district, but from all across Tobago, persons from Roxborough, from Castara, from Speyside, they come seeking help and assistance, and we have done so. Additionally, in terms of some of the major infrastructure projects, we have a number of signature projects, starting off when we widen the Windward Maiden Road in John Dial. I constructed a playing field in my home district. But this project was in Friendsfield, and every rainy season, Sharon, you're lying down on your bed, and when rain fall, you're nervous because, Friendsfield will flood easily. And I made a commitment that we will solve that problem. And Sharon, we started the construction of gabion baskets along the riverbank, and we're into phase 4 now. And when the rain is falling now, Sharon, I just turn and hug up Mrs. Jack, because I would normally have to call. There's one resident in particular, Mr. Agard. I would call him and say, how are we looking? The river, we have debris, it's flooding. I don't have to call. I call him on 1 or 2 occasions. Mr. Agard say, Mr. Jack, you don't have to worry, man. Everything looking good. And Sharon, a promise made, a commitment delivered. And that is how I've been working within the electoral district of formerly Bacalet Mount St. George and now Bacalet Bagatelle.
All right, Joel, tell her you passed the test this morning. So if I was in your electoral district, I ain't waiting till the 6. I run in and stand up and wait for the office to open so I can run in and dip and get back out. All right. So, Tobago, we give you back what you missed. Because, oh gosh, I get enough calls and text messages. Oh, God. So, we want to apologize. And, of course, we made up for it. So, it's 8:49 a.m. And remember, today is the 29th of November, 2021. And guys, I would have come here this morning to spit some heavy fire, but you see, I had to make way. This is more important than me coming here to do and make mischief. But don't worry. Don't worry, Tobago and Trinidad. Don't worry. Let me say good morning to all of you in Tobago. Good morning to Mrs. Crosby, Mrs. Rowley. I didn't hear Miss Rowley today. Good morning to all the Lions, Maria, Sherma Lyons Wilson, all of you. Good morning to Peter Jacob. Good morning to everybody. Sheldon Cunningham. Where's Sheldon, boy? I called Sheldon yesterday and I didn't get any answer. Trying to get him. So Sheldon, call me. Yeah. If you're hearing me, call me. So guys, we just have a couple minutes before.
Yes, just a few. But
before we end the show.
Let me say quickly, happy birthday to Adiola Myers, 7 years old, lives Pinto Road. Greetings are coming from your grandparents, Ash Diaz, Angela Myers from La Hoqueta. Also, quickly, where am I? Oh, yes, right.
I just start to chat through these birthday greetings, you know.
Also, happy 29th anniversary greetings going out to Michael and Sharon O'Connor. It's their golden anniversary. It's coming from their three boys and the entire family.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Who calling now? Let me say, guys, I enjoyed that interview this morning. Really did. Joel has a wealth of knowledge. He don't need you to prompt him with anything. He's well equipped and well read. So he has a wealth of knowledge. And he executed this morning extremely well. I'm very, very happy. So it's 8:51. Like we could take a call or two.
Yes.
Before I tell you what the word for today is. So call me up quickly on 307-0930, 4757-426, or by Bruce.
342-0081 and 466-5391. I have one here. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Morning, Sharon.
Good morning,
win a bet here in a big argument here. 2010 to 2014, we had a mother clause all over the place every December month, dropping toys. Did she ever drop toys in Tobago? See if you could help me. I have a bet to win.
What do you say? What do you say?
Do you know
If Mommy Claus ever dropped toys in
children
Tobago?
toys?
No.
Mama Claus never get Tobago children toys in that 4 years.
Nope.
Was Barakpo, Pinal, Shagonas, Debe, all over the place, Sandy Grandi. Tobago did not children then. So at that time, it was only Trinidad, not Tobago. All you watch it.
Sharon, your countdown has begun.
Thank you. All right, I have one here. Mount St. George.
Yes, Miss Sharon, me again here, you right? Mr. Jack, well, I know you're off here now, but
you might be still listening to the program. I don't have any questions for you, really, because I know you're a man that has been delivering since you got into the House of Assembly. Actually, you are the Finance Secretary for the period that you are there. And also, I bless you up, and you have handed the baton over to my candidate now, Mr. Charles Adam. You have run a good race in this area, and I know he's capable, and he's going to continue with the same speed and maybe faster than you, because I believe he's younger than you. I'm not sure about that, that he will do very, very, very good. So I am hoping that the people of Mount St. George, Goodwood, place their fingers by his symbol and his name, and let him be one of the representatives.
All right, Mount St. George, we have to go. This is where we have to leave. And the word for today, do I have time?
Go ahead.
Forgiveness.
Go ahead.
All right. Empathy and understanding are my keys to forgiveness. I feel more empathy for those who have hurt me when I remember times I may have caused hurt myself. I regret I carried and the relief I felt when I was forgiven. These memories trigger my compassion and make it easier for me to extend forgiveness now. I begin my healing journey by moving my awareness from the thoughts in my head to the love in my heart. I send a wave of understanding and forgiveness gently throughout my body, knowing that just as I am doing the best I can in every moment, everyone else is too. I accept that I can change what others say I do or say do. I focus instead on being patient and gentle, as it becomes easier for me to choose forgiveness. I help make the world a more living, compassionate place. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Matthew 5:7. Trinidad and Tobago, this is where we leave it for today. Thank you very much for this morning, all our callers, our viewers, and listeners, or even our chatters. Thank you so much, Tobago. Remember, election is on December 6th. Get ready. People's National Movement is the party you vote. Talk to you on Wednesday, please, God. We're gone. Tomorrow is Dominic time. And Google is up next. We're gone. Ciao.
The Street 909 FM has been asked to announce the passing of Paul John of Upper Thomastein Street, Success Village, Laventil, who died on Monday, the 22nd of November 2021, at the age of 86 years. He will be remembered as the son of the late Taffy and Eldika John, husband of Megan John, father of Garfield, Richard, and Terence, brother of Heathcote, deceased, Iokim, deceased, Bernadine, George, deceased, Ellen, Gerald, Marilyn, and Pearl, grandfather of Jordan, Daniel, Brendan, Tamara, Ryan, Dwight, Khadijah, Unika, and others, uncle of 26, cousin of many, nephew of Dorcas and Austin, father-in-law of Sharon, Talika, and Elizabeth, relative and friend of many. The funeral service for the late Paul John takes place on Tuesday, the 30th of November, 2021, at Simpsons Memorial Limited Funeral Chapel, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventil, at 11 a.m. and thence to the St. Matthias Anglican Churchyard Cemetery for burial. For more information, you can contact Simpsons Memorial Limited at 623-8688. We've also been asked to announce the passing of Peter Anthony Jean-Louis of Lightpole, number 14 Lancemeter Road, Carnage, who died on Thursday, the 18th of November 2021, at the age of 63 years. He will be remembered as the son of the late Whaleston and Helen Jean-Louis, father of Anthony Jr., deceased, and 3 others, brother of Teleka, Cynthia, Jennifer, Andre, Marilyn, Virginia, Bernati, Andre and Alan, deceased. Grandfather of 6. Uncle of Patricia, Vanessa, Bernice, Kanisha, Keegan, Kevin, Rennie, Ronald, Michelle, Kenton, Melinda, Andrew, Ray, Durnell, Shepard, Audra, Ryan, Shay, Keenan, Andre Jr., Micaiah, Jelicia, and Victor, cousin of the Didier family and the Sinnett family, nephew of Rulif and Sonia, brother-in-law of John and Maureen, relative of the John Louis family, friends of Rabbit, Henry, Toro, Patrick, Matthew, Lena, Tush, Nelson, Kojak, Papa, Biscuit from New York. The funeral service for the late Peter Anthony Jean-Louis takes place on Tuesday, the 30th of November, 2021 at St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church, School Street, Carnage at 9 a.m. and thence to the St. Peter's Roman Catholic Churchyard Cemetery, School Street, Laventil. For more information, please contact Simpsons Memorial Limited at 623-8688.